Yeah, what is going on, everybody? We are back with another. I'm not even gonna edit that out because that's the type of week I've been having. What's going on, everybody? We are back with another episode of From My Experience podcast. I am your host, Rob, here with the co-hostess with the mostest, Ericca. What going on?
Nothing much, man.
Have you had it? Listen, this week, not even just me, but like me and my friends have had a hell of a week. It's been absolutely insane, taxing, mentally, physically, all kinds of stuff. I don't know what's up with this week. Has your week been okay? Good week?
It's been all right. It's definitely been busy. There's so many emails where so many people just misspell my name when it's in the email signature block, you know?
Your name is difficult.
Apparently so. I was like, how are you going to spell my name like you're stuttering? I don't understand it. But,
what?
You know.
Wait, how do they spell it?
Sometimes they do the Errrrrica. I'm like, whoa, buddy, 3 R's? That's a little bit much.
Ericca. Wow.
And I'm like, I have a signature block where it has my name right there, and I'm just like, it's 6 letters. I was like, 6 letters in my first name, 6 letters in my last name. I don't see how much simple it could get from there, but yeah, a part of me just dies a little bit slowly when I get an email back when they just stutter all through my name, and I'm just like, okay.
Reading is fundamental.
Yeah, you know, and then. Today, I was in line at Ross to return a shirt, and I got bulldozed over by like a 9-year-old boy because he was looking at the candy.
Yo, yeah, they need the way they have that up front with all the candy,
yes,
and the random assortment of snacks. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was just sitting in that line. I was like, I just had to return a shirt. Like, I've been in this line for 30 minutes. I just want to return my shirt.
Yo, I just wonder what type of person wakes up and says, you know, I'm gonna apply for a job at Ross. Ain't no way, bruh. Like,
No.
It's probably not that stressful, but I think the clutter and the way that store is set up and how stuff is so random would probably drive me crazy.
And also, think about like how you have to like close up before you leave for the day. Who said that I'm cleaning up? Like, the store's a mess. I'm just gonna leave it like that.
Imagine doing inventory.
Oh my gosh. I couldn't do it.
Ain't no way, man. But y'all, this is not a regular episode. We have a special guest we'll introduce in a second. But boy, the episode after this is going to be filled with foolishness because I have packed up on stories. I've been outside a little bit. 4th of July passed. Happy belated 4th of July. And yeah, I went on a little adult adventure and got a new perspective, a new outlook on life. We'll share that on the next episode. And I'm sure Ericca has stories too. No?
Yeah. Maybe.
Yo, you and your Elvis show. All right, without further ado, we have a special guest in the building.
We have the founder of Barter Black. Welcome back, Miss Nicole Murphy.
You two are so funny, and I really want to know about this adulting foolishness that has been going on.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
I'm nervous.
No, don't be nervous. It was, you know, I'm gonna get in trouble.
At least you know.
I'll give y'all the short version because this is about you and Barter Black, right? No, I went out of town, and typically when I go out of town to visit family, we all stay at somebody's house. And this time, shout out to everybody who's mature and adulting and has a rewards credit card. I just got on that train about 3 years ago. And, well, I've had them, but I haven't been using them properly. So I buy groceries and gas, and then I pay it off immediately. So I had like 50,000 points. And they give me 1 free night a year. So I got a hotel room, and I only had to pay $5 in taxes. for 2 nights.
Oh.
So yeah, so I did that, and everyone was kind of looking at, you got a hotel, you're fancy, you have money. I'm like, bruh, I'll be 40 in December. I'm not sleeping on the couch. I'm not sleeping on the bed you had in your house since I've been in elementary school. My back, yo, I'm not doing this. But no,
air mattress, yeah.
right. So the new perspective I got, was just looking at my family and realizing that we old. Like, we are like where our aunts and uncles were when we were little, because like all their kids are growing up, and like me and my cousins were standing on one side, and then like the new generation came over, and like they're in college or just got out of college, and I'm like, damn, yo, like, bro, you old. Like, you like that used to be you 20 years ago. Ooh! When you say 20 years ago and you was in your 20s, ooh. So it just gave me new perspective on things. And then my maturity level, because there's this thing that I used to thing down there, and I was like, I ain't gonna do it. Don't call, don't text. Just enjoy family, enjoy your peace. Don't be messy. So it was just an adult, mature thing. Went to the beach. The beach was very fun. Just hanging out with my little cousins, and then it was cool because my older cousins were with me, and they're the ones like that used to take care of me and look out for me growing up. So it was cool for like, I'll drive, making sure the kids are strapped in, and my aunt, my aunt was with us. So we all went to the beach, it's just kind of cool to be the one to like hold it down for everybody.
Yeah.
And just being able to like, even though it was a small thing to me, they're like, man, thank you so much for coming and dealing with the kids and all that stuff. Cause they got them full time. I ain't got no kids. And I was like, man, no problem, man. I wasn't the broken, dusty kid anymore. Like, yeah, I can drive. Y'all got gas money? Like, none of that. Like, it was just cool, man. It just reminded me that I need to get away way more often, because, after we got back from the beach, I went to my hotel room. I was done. I was watching The Chi on my tablet, and I was just enjoying the peace in my dark-themed 007 room. And I was like, this is what I want my life to be like. Like, when I want to get away, I can get away, be quiet, comfortable. And now, actually, partially inspired by you, Miss Barter Black, one thing I want to definitely do is look at what I can pass down to the younger generation, because now's that time. Like, the age they're at now is when I was like really bumping my head and making a lot of mistakes, because people were talking at me instead of talking to me and trying to educate me. Like, I would love to sit down with them like, yo, get a rewards credit card. This is how you use it. The stuff you pay for cash normally anyway, use the card, turn around when the bill comes, pay it off immediately. As soon as you see the balance pop up or it's processed, pay it off. These points will build up. You can have basically free vacations.
Yeah.
Don't hurt you. Your credit builds up. You know what I'm saying? And it doubles as an emergency credit card. Like, stuff like that I want to teach them. And like how I have a index life insurance policy that I'll be able to, now I can borrow against it. None of y'all business. Don't ask no questions. But I want to teach some stuff like that, so that when they're my age, they've had it for 20 years and it's worth $500,000. Like, stuff like that. So now I'm just like, okay, you're old. I'm not really old, y'all. I just use that. But you're older, and it's like, what are you going to do for them now? What knowledge or wisdom are you going to impart? So that was my fourth. And we don't eat like we used to. I had 1.5 plates, and I was done.
Oh.
For the day. Done. Tapping out. Couldn't even drink like that.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That was good. That was a good synopsis of what happened. I loved it.
I appreciate it. I got fussed at when I got back. You didn't call me. I know. That was on purpose. Trying to stay focused.
That's right.
So, enough about my life. Welcome, Bike. Y'all, if you're not following Nicole Murphy on LinkedIn, you need to follow her. She's highly active. I enjoy her content. She's actually so active on LinkedIn, I didn't realize that it's almost been a year since she's been on the podcast, because I see her so often. And she's not one of them annoying LinkedIn people, because those people do exist. She has informative posts. So you have a very warm and welcoming presence, and I appreciate that. So how have you been?
Thank you. That was great. Sometimes you just don't know things.
Yeah.
There are people I'm posting, but I don't know people watching. But thank you so much for saying that. But I have been absolutely amazing. We are in the middle of a pivot now, so things are super busy and crazy and all types of things, but I'm excited for what's next.
Okay, so for those of you who for those who don't know, can you tell them what Barter Black is?
Yeah, so Barter Black is a platform for Black entrepreneurs to exchange goods and services with each other to help them start, grow, and scale their businesses. So basically, you're getting the goods and services that you need for your business to grow. My goal is to help us not be solopreneurs and work in our business, but CEOs and work on our business.
Mm. I felt that. I think you said that before, and I felt it before. I ain't supposed to feel it the same because that. So okay, so you are relaunching.
Yes.
So what? What? Why the relaunch? What's going on with the pivot? What's been happening?
Yeah, that's something. So I had to, sit back, and a lot of times we force things to happen in our businesses, and I had to sit back and reevaluate things. Basically, our previous platform was not providing the support that I had hoped that it would provide for our members. So I stepped back, looked at things. I actually got accepted into a cohort,
Woo woo.
and I told my mentor, thank you, I told my mentor in this cohort, I said, this is the answer for me. I'm either going to, this cohort is either going to tell me I need to stop, or it's going to tell me I need to gas it up and go full force.
Mm.
And 2 weeks in, it was like, yeah, this is where you need to be. With a little bit of tweaks, we eliminated some barriers, and we are relaunching.
You said something that scared me a little bit, but it was
I know,
honest
I
and
saw you.
it was honest and it's true because I've been there and usually I end it. You said this is like basically do or die. So what? Now you told us the last story because you started this during COVID, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So like you already had like a difficult start and you've been doing this for a while. And what about it had you at a point where like, yo, if this don't work, I'm done because a lot of people out there, I mean, most people never even get started, but there's a lot of us out there who start, don't finish, or we start and we get to that point and it's just like, do I keep going? Do I not keep going? And there's just a multitude of factors that just lead you up to that point of like, maybe this ain't for me. So what was that for you?
Yeah, I think people just really need to be honest with themselves. Like, is this going to work or is it not going to work? Am I doing something wrong? So for me, it was that business owners weren't bartering as much as they were. So I'm like, okay, what is going on? So in the cohort, thank goodness, they had us do customer discovery, which is absolutely amazing. Even if you started your business, I suggest everyone do customer discovery. And what I found, and it's so crazy because these people were actually paying for the service. They were actually paying monthly for the service. But when I got on the phone and talked to them, and I'm like, be completely honest with me. Like, there was a whole interview thing, and sometimes the calls last about an hour. And what I got was the way the bartering system was set up. So you and I can, exchange on the platform. But what if I don't need what you have right now? Then no one is bartering because it was an exchange for an exchange. And then my first meeting with my mentor in the cohort, she said, okay, what are the barriers? And let's eliminate those barriers. And the barriers were, you and I have to have what each other wants at the same time for the same value. And that created a huge barrier for the entrepreneurs that we were, talking to. So now we're changing it and integrating what we're calling trade credits, which are going to be barter bucks, that you can now go online, purchase exactly what you want using barter bucks instead of cash, and then there's no exchange. The person who does the service for you in exchange for the barter bucks can then take those barter bucks and use them anywhere else in the network. So I eliminated that direct exchange and I created an indirect exchange, if that makes sense.
That is absolutely genius. So you created a marketplace.
Yes, it is. It's set up like a Fiverr or Upwork type of platform. You go on there, you get exactly what you want for the barter bucks, and then we charge a service fee, just like those top freelancer platforms. That's how we are going to be generating money.
Wow, and you used one of my favorite words earlier, pivot. And
Yes.
sometimes that's and something else you always on point. Something else you said, being honest with yourself. Like I think a lot of people don't want to do that, and people get on me about that. They say like when I just speak the truth, not even in a rude way, when I just actually state facts. Oh, you're thinking negative. Don't speak that into existence. I'm not speaking it into existence. It exists. Like this, this is here right now. So it's like I
Basically.
need to acknowledge it and then say to myself, okay, what can I do about it? Can I do anything about it? And then you flipped it. You flipped it
Yeah.
in a great and intuitive way as well too. Barter
Thank
Bucks.
you.
I like that name too, Barter Bucks. Hey, how many Barter Bucks you got, bruh?
Yeah,
Okay.
right. How much can I spend today?
So, what has had what's the relaunch looking like? Like, what have you had to do behind the scenes to kind of build up to this?
A lot.
It's still just you and the boys.
No,
Oh,
no, no, no.
okay.
So I consider myself very creative and I think outside the box like all the time. I have so many ideas, but Barter Black is my passion. I know that this is going to change the lives of Black entrepreneurs and their legacies. One. So what I did was I said, okay, I have to relaunch. I need help. How am I going to get this help? So what I did was I coined a new term called crowd bartering, similar to crowdfunding, where you ask for financial contributions, but instead I ask for your skills, your expertise. Who wants to help me rebuild and relaunch this platform?
Oh,
And surprisingly, like I got so many entries or people wanting to help was absolutely amazing. One thing that it did teach me is when you're ready to hire, you have to plan for that because it's a lot of dedicated delegating, it's a lot of planning, it's a lot of meetings, it's a lot.
yeah.
So if you really want to be a CEO and you really want to hire and build a sustainable business, you have to be ready to be the true manager, the true supervisor, the true CEO. So we definitely have a team um, behind the scenes that has been helping me for the past 2, 3 months, about 3 months now. And so we launched on August 12th.
Hey.
Developers are finishing up. I was able to go through like the onboarding process last week, which was so exciting. But yeah, it's a team now.
That.
I'm still looking though, but it's a team now.
Ooh, you just said developers. Ooh,
Oh,
we going through that
they're
with.
good though. They're good.
Congratulations, we going through
I
that with
know.
Pastor P's app. Y'all, if you're going to have an app built, y'all, be patient. Is all I can say. You're gonna have to be patient, and you're gonna have to test it. You're gonna have to test those builds. But those developers are key, man. They're key, and they can make sure you get plenty of sleep or no sleep at all. Sometimes, sometimes.
That part. I've been very lucky though, because
Yeah.
I've heard some horror stories, but I've been super, super lucky.
Mm, But I'm glad you're lucky, Erica. Tossing to you.
So, hmm. So, was there ever a point when you first launched Barter Black, or even when we interviewed you the first time back in November, that this was something that could have been a possibility for you to relaunch the app and make sure that it becomes fully functional for customers and everything like that?
For the You're saying, have I ever thought about relaunching, changing it up
Yeah,
and relaunching? I did
yeah, before
not.
that.
No, I did not. And let me tell you something that's super important. which I don't see a lot of people doing, that I made sure that I implemented this time, is feedback, questions.
Mhm.
On everything you fill out for us, I'm asking you if you have questions. I have a feedback form. I post that, like, it's anonymous too. So I want to know, because the customer discovery interviews that I did a couple of months ago, it opened my eyes to so much. I was like, how come y'all didn't tell me this? Like, but I feel like I didn't create a space for them to tell me this. So I didn't, and I didn't know that I saw that the bartering went down, but I assumed that they were okay, I guess, because they were still paying. I'm like, but that's another thing
Yeah.
too. I actually stopped the subscriptions
Mm.
for the last, I guess, 3 months maybe. So it it's not right for you right now. I'm about to redo this, and then we're gonna come back to it. So
That's
I'm
beautiful.
basically starting all over. But yeah, I did not think about the relaunch. But the crazy thing is, Barter Bucks, I had that name when I started.
Hmm.
I just did not know
Oh,
where to use it, which is crazy. Now I do.
not not knowing. Fast forward is right here. Perfect
Right.
timing.
It's like, okay, if I only did this. Yes.
Oh man. And since you went through this discovery and you're relaunching and everything, how do you feel about one, the relaunch, and where do you see Barter Black now that we're almost up on a year? So,
Yeah, yeah. So I posted the other day, I've never felt so confident about where this business is than I do today. Like, it's the feeling is absolutely amazing. To like to feel this great about something that hasn't even launched yet. But I'm very the thing is, I feel like I'm still in the education part of it. I'm still educating people, especially since we've changed it from the normal bartering that people know, you and
mhm.
I.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's different because it's like an ecosystem. You use her services, she uses his services, so it's like going around in a real ecosystem. So I'm having to re-educate, because people are like, okay, I know how your first platform worked, but what do you mean barter bucks, and how could I use this? And there's so many questions. But what I did with that is, um, I posted, I don't remember what I said exactly, but I said, if I said Barter Black was a bartering platform where you can use trade credits to get the goods and services that you need for your business. I said something like that. And I said, what would your next question be?
Mm-hmm.
And I got so many questions, and that's my frequently asked questions that I'm putting on the platform. So that's
Smart, smart.
they
Yeah.
gave me all the questions that I would get from people, and I'll have to try to figure out how to minimize how I say what Barter Black is. But I'm really into involving everyone in every step of the process this time.
Wow.
Wow.
You mm. You have me thinking about some of my favorite brands and companies because I online shop more than I should.
Me
And
too.
everything you're talking about is what I love about those brands and why,
Yeah.
Mm.
even if there are better options or cheaper options, I go back to them because I feel like they care about what I say and they value the fact that I am doing business with them and I'm not just a number, another number. So what you're talking about, incorporating that feedback and then putting that in the
Mhm.
frequently asked questions, I love that because I'm one of them people. I'm going to look at the FAQs because I don't always want to
Yeah.
chat and email. Y'all take 3 days to get back to me. I definitely ain't calling you. So that is great. Like the growth and the evolution and you taking a step back and getting over that hump. Not saying that you had this. I know that I've had this. Man, I'm good. I'm doing this right. It's them. It ain't me. It's them. They dumb. They don't know how to do
I
this. Like
don't
it's
get it.
simple. It's simple. What you mean? Like, bro, it's a no brainer. It's a no brainer. No, like you. I posted this on Twitter the other day. I said growth. Part of growing and maturing is realizing that your perspective isn't the only one that matters.
Hmm.
So you did exactly that.
Absolutely.
Like, what's going on, y'all? Y'all talk to me, and you talking for hours on the phone, getting that feedback. Yeah.
Over 60 people this time
Oh
because
my
I've
Woo!
done it
goodness.
before. Yeah. So it's like, and I still go back as the developers are doing things. I'll go back because, I typed everything up that, everyone said. So I'll go back and look and say, okay, did we include this? Is this, in it? But yeah, the feedback is so, so important. And it definitely, I think I love telling people when we've talked or certain things that you contributed or if you commented or you've asked a question, I say you're going to see it on the site and you're going to know that you contributed to that part of the platform. So I love that.
That's dope. That's dope. Erica, you got another
Yeah.
question? I don't know if I cut you off or not.
Oh no. I guess maybe this one. Can you share a moment or a story to us about a time this past year that you didn't think something would happen, but it did positively? Well, this one, yeah.
I mean, this entire year,
Yeah.
this this entire year, like so much. And it's weird because, like I told you, I've never felt so confident, but it's crazy because people are seeing the change in Barter Black and it hasn't even launched yet. And people are calling me. And I'm like,
Mm.
wait a minute. What? Well, hello. Give me a second. I need to launch first. I love that part. But I've been more involved in I guess conferences and things of that nature. Speaking, like I have a speaking engagement in Richmond,
Ah.
the beginning of August, at the Black Street Conference. Um, I'm pitching in St. Louis
You and them,
in next month.
Yes.
you and
Like
them, you and them pitchings. Pitchings. I was gonna
yeah,
say pitches, but I didn't want to sound like the wrong.
right.
Yeah, you still with those pitches. Like I think last time you
Like
said it's kind of like Nike. Just do it.
yes, and I'm still that way because I still get super nervous. But once they say, oh, you're a finalist, I'm not going to say no. But yeah, those opportunities, like someone reached out in Kansas City to be our strategic partners, like those types of things I
Oh.
did not expect, but are happening, and I'm like, okay, yes, sis, you need to hire a little bit more. So I am, I have help, but I need more help at this point because I'm afraid. Like, when we launch, yeah, I'm just excited, but on the back end, we still need more help.
You touched on something. And I was gonna ask you this: what types of partnerships are you seeking, if any, that would be a benefit to Barter Black and its members?
Yeah, so any partners, any good partners will be people who have communities of Black entrepreneurs. Those will be our partners. Um, One of the things that we're going to be doing after we launch is reaching out because I apply for grants, pitch competitions, accelerators. I apply for everything. Um, and I don't always get everything, and that's
Mm-hmm.
okay because it's just not my moment. But one of the things that we're doing, and every email is flagged that says, unfortunately,
Mm.
you did not get picked. I am going to be emailing them about 2, 3 months after the launch and asking them to include Barter Black as a resource. You can't fund everyone, so why don't you give them a space where they can get the goods and services that they still need, even if they don't have the money? So you can
Mm.
either sponsor them
Smart.
or you can, mention us in those emails. Unfortunately, but we have a resource called Barter Black that you can reach out to. So we're going to be doing that. So any organization who supports Black entrepreneurs, Black founders, um, who know that they're entrepreneurs in their community are mostly solopreneurs who need help in their business,
Mm.
who want to become the CEO. Um, those are going to be our partners. And I have a
Wow.
list.
Yeah, so you can put us on the list. I'll definitely put something in the episodes. You can record something, or I can record something and I'll play it, and definitely put it in our links because we interview a lot of solopreneurs and they have those aches, those pains, those struggles. I've been through it. And yeah, just being able to have a resource to where you can get someone to do those things for you that you don't like to do. Like I delegate all the time. Like when Ericca came aboard, hey, hope you love graphic design. Here you go. Here are all the passwords, usernames. You need a premium account? Great. Here's all that. Do that.
You got it.
That's me. So, and the important thing, like you said, and this is like part of being the CEO, you have to delegate because you need the time. Like you need the time to work on these things. Like I'm so thankful for Ericca because she might not always feel like it, but she alleviates so much pressure because there's parts of the show that are on her that I don't have to think about, and I can fill that space with something else. And
it's wonderful.
It's a huge blessing and I'm so thankful for her. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to definitely get me some barter bucks because there's some other things I'm thinking about, and obviously I have a podcast, so if anyone wants to hop on or do anything, I can do that. So yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, that is a brilliant idea though. Those unfortunate emails, hey, put me in there as a resource. Them people, and that's beautiful too because like. You get nothing from rejection. Like sometimes you get feedback, but most of the time you don't get any feedback. But it's cool if it's like, oh well, what is this resource they talking about? They're still they're still actually trying to help me. Yeah. So dang, you a mastermind, yo. Do you have like a board where you just write down your ideas? You laughing, but like
no, I don't. There's too many.
Listen. Do it.
There's too many.
You remind me of my boy Carl Van. I be telling him that we'll start talking about something, and I'll be like, bruh, that's brilliant. You need to write that down. And he started a list. So I think you should do that because I would have never thought about that strategy ever.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like how you don't let the door close on you in Barter Black with that.
No, because, and I tell people to apply, but they never know what's going to come out of that because even though I haven't gotten grants or been, invited to pitch sometimes, I still get emails like, oh, there's another pitch competition we would like to invite you to, or I've had a blog article written about me from not getting the grant. So there are always opportunities out there, and you want your name in their system because they're always looking back at that system to see who fits the bill for certain things. And you get invitations for things as well. Not all the time, but it does happen.
I only got one more question, but before I get to that, well, yes, this is an important question. Highly, highly, highly important question, actually. We've all get these spam phone calls and spam emails, and customer satisfaction, which clearly is on the forefront of this relaunch, is important. So do you offer any protections against for people who may be dissatisfied with their service, or if anything happens like with an exchange?
Yeah, so if that happens, they can contact us about it. We do have mediation first, and then we'll just see what happens.
Okay. Everybody froze. Sorry, we had a little technical snafu. Apparently, I had the internet where the hamster's running on the wheel, powering it, according to Ericca. But the question I asked before we were interrupted by that service, do you offer any protection against for people who are dissatisfied with their service?
Yes. So they can submit a dispute if they have one. We'll most likely do mediation if it's not a quick, resolve. But then after that, someone else will come in and help. But the good thing is that when you purchase something on the platform with a seller, they don't get the barter bucks credited into their account until you accept what they actually did.
Nice. So
it's kind of like an escrow where, they have to complete the job, you have to accept it, and then they'll be credited the barter bucks.
Oh, that's absolutely perfect. I don't have any more questions. Ericca, you got any more questions?
Just one, a mantra that you live by to tell to the audience. I know that you mentioned that you don't allow for doors to close on you at all, and you find opportunities through anything, which is amazing. But another mantra, if you have one.
I'm going to say in this season, I'm going to say ask big. Just ask. I I I was on a call, so I sent out 5 partnership emails this week. One of them scheduled a call with me, and I was absolutely shocked that they actually scheduled a call with me. Got on the call. I mean, we're partnering on more things than I expected, and this partner has almost 100,000 people in their community, and I'm like, what the what in the world?
Wow.
And I have about 500.
Beautiful.
You just never know. So ask big. And I mean, I ask people to help me, because you know how people say there was a meme or something going around about you ask me for help, but you want help from me, but you won't help me, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I've realized is that we're not really asking for help. We're expecting people to help us and not telling them how we want them to help us. So every week, I'm asking for something, because you're not going to tell me that I didn't ask.
You literally, and y'all, just to be very clear, I think you put it on LinkedIn. You put it somewhere. You like, I'm relaunching soon. Who podcast can I get? She didn't say it like that, but she basically was like, yo, if you have a podcast, I can hop on. I was like, bet. A clear ask, right? A lot of people don't ask.
I forgot about that one. Yeah, I did. I asked. I'm gonna ask it, even if it makes me nervous after I posted, or just throw it out there. You never know what you're gonna get.
That's true. And don't be afraid to tag people. I tag brands and companies and stuff all the time. And you'd be surprised. Like, they reach out behind closed doors, and you never know what opportunities it can open up. And like you said, ask big. I agree. Definitely. Well, Nicole, before we let you go, is there anything else you want to share with the audience? Anything we may have missed? Anything you want to cover?
So we are launching August 12th. But we are having a virtual launch party on August 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can go to barterblack.io and find that link to register. It's going to be absolutely amazing. One of the things, I want it to be like a party field, but I want it to also, what we're going to talk about is, I have a panel, and we're going to talk about mindset, burnout, and grief during entrepreneurship, because I think that those 3 things are very important, and they can hurt us in our business. So I want to make sure that we talk about those things and let entrepreneurs know that they're not the only ones going through it. We're all going through something. Yes. Your girl cries on a regular. It's hard out here. It's hard, and I want people to know that just because you see me posting about this launch, don't think that I'm not going through things in the background. Like certain things I'll tell you, but you don't need to know everything. But we're going through things, and I think that that's one of the reasons why we need to start hiring in our business, because something will happen, and then that may be the end of it, just because we can't function doing both or worried about both. So August 11th is the virtual launch party, and we're launching August 12th.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. I will make sure I put that link in the description. Nicole, thank you again for joining us. Thank you for the ask.
Yes.
Thank you for the ask. Wow, twice we had you on twice. You're a recurring guest. We're going to definitely do this again, and we wish you all the best. And I'll make sure anything that I can repost and post in my group or on my socials, I'll definitely do that. I'm a big advocate of, hey, if you support me, you don't always have to spend money or even subscribe to my service. A share to your network. You may reach someone that I don't know that you know that may need my service, or maybe a connection for me. Like, it takes 5 seconds to share something, y'all. That's all I got to say about that. But Y'all, until next time, take care of yourselves physically, mentally, and financially, and we'll catch y'all. Peace.